Hi everyone, it is me again, Mrs. V, and I'm here to read you a story by one of my favorite authors named Eric Carle. He has a story called The Rooster's Off to See the World. And the reason I like this story is because it's about a rooster who wants to travel the world, but he needs friends to go with him. And during a time like now, when some of us are thinking about traveling or going somewhere else or missing friends, I thought this would be a fun story to read along. While I'm reading, I want you to listen and identify all the different animals that you see and maybe count along. Okay, here we go. One fine morning, a rooster decided that he wanted to travel. So right then and there, he set out to see the world. He hadn't walked very far when he began to feel lonely. So there's our rooster, and there is our, you know what that is. You can say it out loud. Just then he met two, what? What do you see here? Come along with me to see the world. The cats liked the idea of a trip very much. We would love to, they purred, and set off down the road with the rooster. As they wandered on, the rooster and the cats met. 1, 2, 3. What did he meet? How would you like to come with us to see the world? Asked the rooster, eager for more company. Why not? Answered the frogs. We are not busy now, so the frogs jumped along behind the rooster and the cats. After a while, the rooster, the cats, and the frogs saw how many turtles? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, and you say the last one. Hey, said the rooster, how would you like to see the world? It might be fun, snapped one of the turtles, and they joined the others. As the rooster, the cats, the frogs, and the turtles walked along, they came to how many? How many is that? 5 fish swimming in the brook. Where are you going? Asked the fish. We're off to see the world, answered the rooster. May we come along? Pleaded the fish. Delighted to have you, the rooster replied, and so the fish came along to see the world. The sun went down and it began to get dark, and what's this big guy here? So it's not the sun, but it is and it comes out after the sun goes down. Where's our dinner? Asked the cats. Where are we supposed to sleep? Asked the frogs. We're cold, complained the turtles. Just then, some fireflies flew overhead. We're afraid, cried the fish. Now the rooster really had to make any plans for the trip around the world. He had not remembered to think about food and shelter, and so he didn't know how to answer his friends. So we see all of the characters here. I see a. So you can label all the different things you see in my book. After a few minutes of silence, the fish suddenly decided that it might be best if they headed for home, and they wished the others a happy trip and swam away. Then the turtles began to think about their warm house, and they turned and crawled back down the road without so much as a goodbye. Can you think of different ways of leaving? So some would say goodbye. Some would say see you later. Some would say hasta luego, hasta pasta. I know we've talked about these types of things. So thinking of ways that say goodbye. And here, the turtles didn't even say goodbye. They just snuck away. The frogs weren't too happy with the trip anymore either. And first one, and then the other, and finally the last one jumped away. They were polite enough, though, to wish the rooster a good evening as they disappeared into the night. Then the cats remembered an unfinished meal they had left behind, and they kindly wished the rooster a happy journey, and they too headed for home. What's another word for home? Sometimes you could say casa, adobe, domicile. Maybe you can think of a different one. Now the rooster was all alone, and then he hadn't seen anything of the world, and he thought for a minute and then said to the moon, to tell you the truth, I'm not the only hungry and cold one. but I'm homesick as well. And the moon did not answer. It too disappeared. The rooster knew what he had to do. He turned around and went back home again. He enjoyed a good meal of grain and then sat on his own perch. And after a while, he went to sleep and he had a wonderful, happy dream all about a trip around the world. Sounds like a fun trip to me. I would love to do a trip around the world. Where would you like to visit? Is there somewhere you would like to visit right now that you can't go to? Is there a place overseas, maybe a different country that you would like to go to? I would love to see your answers. Maybe when Mrs. V video messages you or calls you, you can tell me the answer to the questions. Bye, everybody. See you again next time.